Gauff defeats Paolini in straight sets to stay alive at WTA Finals. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Jean-Christophe Forel, Coco Gauff's coach for the past 6 years on and off, has been impressed with her competitiveness in big moments. "She's amazing in the ability she has to just close everything," he explained before the tournament. "For me, the French Open final is the best example. Like every player, she can be irritated, distracted when she plays, look at us, in the player's box too much. She maybe looked at us 2 times. She was in the zone. This makes her different from many players. Semi-finals, final, big match. She plays her best tennis most of the time. I think she's 11 for 14 in finals." One of those, of course, was Gauff's triumph at Roland Garros, her crowning achievement in a season where she qualified for her 4th straight WTA finals. On Tuesday, facing possible elimination, the number 3 seed dug in again and delivered another impressive performance. The defending champion scored a 6-3, 6-2 victory over number 8 seed Jasmine Paolini. And at the very least, will live for another day at the year-end championships. With the straight sets loss, Paolini is now eliminated from the Stephanie Graf group. Gauff, 1-1, will play number 1 Aryna Sabalenka, 2-0, who defeated Jessica Pegula, 1-1, in the second singles match of the day, on Thursday. "I'm just happy to get over this one," Gauff said. "Today was a big mental win. It's definitely going to be a big match for me. I know I need to win to give myself the chance to move on. It could be my last match of the season. So that's how I've been playing it every match this tournament." Paolini was ill in advance of the tournament, and never once looked to be her perky, upbeat self. "Coming here and not being 100%, it's painful of course," she said afterward. "It's not easy to play at that level. Today was a tough one. I was hoping to play a bit better but I didn't. I'm a little bit upset but somehow I have to accept it." In her opening 3-set loss to Pegula, Gauff's serve, 17 double faults, 9 breaks, and forehand 45 unforced errors, were all over the place. Against Paolini she was far more buttoned up. Gauff suffered only 3 double faults and won 35 of her 50 service points. She was particularly sharp on her second serve, winning 15 of 19 points. She has now produced 33 career top 10 wins in her young career. Gauff was thrilled to put that opening match behind her. "I'm really happy with how I was able to turn it around," Gauff said afterward. "Only 3 double faults, 17 is a big difference. It just shows I have the ability to serve like this. Just going back to the basics, trying not to overcomplicate things. I think maybe I might have served a little too hard in that match against Jess. So I just tried to slow it down." It was the second straight appearance at the WTA Finals for Paolini. Her singles record is 1-4, but she and partner Sara Errani are still alive as the top seeds in doubles. Overall, Paolini came in with better recent results, winning 3 of 4 matches against Gauff, all earlier this year. However, Gauff prevailed in straight sets in Wuhan last month on her way to the title. Gauff broke in Paolini's first service game and had run off 8 consecutive points when she fell into a love 40 hole. But instead of giving in and allowing the Italian back on serve, Gauff played some patient defense and won the game's last 5 points to take a 3-0 lead. But Paolini gradually worked her way into the match. She actually had 3 chances to level it at 4-all, but Gauff won 5 straight points to take a definitive 5-3 lead. The second set began quietly and stayed on serve until the 5th game, when Gauff scored her 3rd break of the match. Gauff came back to do it again in the 7th. Gauff has won 11 of the 14 finals she's played at the Hologic WTA Tour level, a statistic that Forel was quick to cite as evidence of her ability in the clutch. "Many people tell me it was a great year," Forel said. "But there was a lot of up and down for sure. She has 2 slams, yes, but she wants so much more." Coco Gauff walked onto the court in Riyadh knowing exactly what was at stake: win or go home. The 21-year-old American, facing elimination at the 2025 WTA Finals, delivered one of her most composed and commanding performances of the week, defeating Italy's Jasmine Paolini in straight sets to keep her semi-final hopes alive. With a blend of power, poise, and precision, Gauff reminded the tennis world why she's one of the brightest stars of her generation. From the very first point, Gauff looked locked in. Her footwork was sharp, her serve, often a talking point in recent months, held strong, and her ground strokes carried both pace and purpose. Across the net, Paolini, the ever-smiling fighter from Tuscany, brought her trademark energy and consistency, but Gauff's intensity was simply too much to handle. The match ended 6-4, 6-2, a scoreline that didn't fully capture the quality of play but reflected Gauff's total control in the crucial moments. For Gauff, this wasn't just a match. It was a statement. After a shaky start to the WTA finals, including a disappointing loss to Jessica Pegula, Gauff faced mounting pressure to prove she could rebound under the bright lights. But rather than letting the pressure consume her, she channeled it into power. The Coco Gauff who took the court against Paolini wasn't tentative, she was fearless. "I knew I had to come out with more intent today," Gauff said in her post-match interview. "Every point mattered and I told myself to stay aggressive, to trust my game and just play free." And she did. Her first serve percentage hovered above 70%, a significant improvement from earlier matches where double faults had haunted her. More importantly, she played the big points with confidence. At 4-4 in the first set, Gauff broke Paolini's serve with a forehand winner that drew gasps from the crowd, a laser down the line that symbolized her renewed determination. From there she never looked back. Paolini, to her credit, fought valiantly. Her court coverage and tactical variety have made her a fan favorite throughout the season, especially after her breakout runs in major tournaments earlier this year. But against Gauff, she found herself constantly on defense. Every time she tried to dictate with her forehand, Gauff's blistering counterpunches pushed her back behind the baseline. By the second set, Gauff was in full flight. Her movement was effortless, her anticipation razor-sharp. She started mixing in slices, drop shots and quick transitions to the net, a clear sign that her confidence was returning. When she broke for 3-1, the crowd could sense the tide had fully turned. Each time Gauff pumped her fist, the cheers grew louder, the energy higher. For a player who's carried the weight of enormous expectations since her teenage years, Gauff's ability to handle pressure continues to impress. She's no longer the 15-year-old prodigy who shocked Venus Williams at Wimbledon. She's a seasoned competitor, one who understands the grind of the tour and the mental resilience required to stay at the top. Her team, including coach Per Riba, has worked tirelessly to fine-tune her game, especially her serve and second-shot decisions. Those adjustments were evident against Paolini. Instead of overhitting, Gauff used calculated aggression, constructing points with patience before striking with authority. "I've been learning to find that balance between power and control," Gauff explained.